we rather tend to look at the major outcome, because we say for EcoVadis assessment, a core supplier should have 45 in score, and when they have a team score of 30 or lower for labor and human rights, we want them to go through a TFS audit. Yeah. Right. But there are a lot of KPIs on the platform. We never look at that. Yeah, we don't care. Yeah, whether they had a whistleblower procedure, whether they had this or that, because it's much too complex. Because following up, it's very nice to have a detailed analysis, but the question, and which is difficult to answer, and which we answer rather by the 80-20 principle, is what is most important. Yeah. So it might happen that with the due diligence laws that come up, that some more fine-tuning measurements will be done. But what we do, and this is, we try to obtain an EcoVadis assessment at the highest company level. We as Solvay, we have one assessment from EcoVadis, yeah, and you see now in EcoVadis that they want to do scorecards for particular legal entities, yeah, and even for plants. We are not at all interested. We say we do once a year the exercise for the group. We have company-wide policies, and we have, and this is actually our new strategy, more and more streamlining our processes. Because, and this is also a personal adagio, to manage an exception, yeah, is more difficult and cost more than to manage a standard. Yeah. If you are serious on cost management, you should be serious on standardizing. And if you have an exception that is better than standardizing, you should call it your new standard. Yeah. Yeah. So we are, I would say, at Solvay, rather pragmatic. Yeah, we are rather pragmatic. Because there are some other alternatives. You have, for instance, RepRisk, that could provide a lot of data about a lot of companies. Yeah, but the question is, what on earth are you gonna do with it? Yeah, are you gonna stop a business relation because you get some information? Yes or no? Yeah, and if at the end of the day you do nothing with it, then the question you need to ask yourself, why at all do I need this? Yeah. Yeah. And it's so what we try and what we try to work for is working on the main risk. We do have, let's say, for the moment we still have, I think, 36,000 suppliers. We will have an aggressive plan in 2 years to bring it back, yeah, to cut the tail, yeah. And what we are also internally doing is working on compliance, yeah, because we have negotiations and we have contracts, but we are not so certain that the contracts are used, yeah, that the negotiated gain is captured. So therefore, and this is with, we have a new CPO, yeah, Linde Proft, yeah, who was there since, less than a year, and she is much more operational, yeah. Yeah, Christian Saxida, he was from finance. He was quite interested in the savings program, yeah. We had remarkable results, yeah. We had we did savings above 100 million, yeah. So that means really serious, huh? But for instance, what we did not do in the past, and what we have started recently, is e-auctions, yeah.
And what are those? Yeah.
you can ask yourself whether or not e-auctions are sustainable. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because you request companies to offer, and it means the one that provides a better price, you will continue with them, which means that you are not continuing the relationship. Yeah. But I think there is a number of goods, articles, which you could do through e-auctions, yeah, to say, okay, the only thing I care for is the price. And there are other relationships where the collaboration is important. And for instance, what we have with the strategic alliances, there we work on making new products, driving a new approach, yeah. And so you will actually see, I would call it two legs. One is intensifying the collaboration and particularly in grow markets, and on the other hand, it's going to the basics for standardized goods. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can I just go back to this point you made about the link, or rather, perhaps lack of link between EcoVadis assessment and with the COVID situation happening, right? Between the EcoVadis assessment and what the company does. I wonder whether taking a sort of larger picture, whether your sustainability practices in general have contributed to your resilience during the crisis, whether as a result of your sustainability practices you have greater visibility into the supply chain and therefore were able to shift, pivot where necessary.
Well, what I personally think is that companies that do have EcoVadis demonstrate they have some kind of management, yeah. Mm-hmm. So that they are rather organized, and if you have an organized company, in case of crisis, you can look for an organized answer to difficulties. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's not. I do not have the impression. Let's say that was not clear to me. That companies, let's say, that were low on human rights, caused more problems than ones that had a good score. Yeah. So, one of the feedback I got internally from EcoVadis and about the methodology is that EcoVadis is strong on let's say on compliance, so management. Let's say, do you have a procedure? Do you have documents? They are very strong on controversies, is what they tell us, and they are less focused on results. Yeah. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, what result does it bring? How does the supplier distinguish himself from other companies? Yeah.
Yeah.
And and I think a movement is needed towards taking into consideration results. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That should be made stronger, because if you clearly have, let's say, from EcoVadis assessment, you can describe expected results or the trends. Yeah, mm-hmm. That would then be a better leading indicator. Yeah, mm-hmm. And where I think that there should be an opportunity is, of course, with the Scope 3 emissions. Yeah, because every company is asking for it. Yeah, what are we doing? It's also that industry-wide there is an interest to look for a methodology. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is to